If you exist, are you asleep? Are your eyes closed and your head stuck in a dream where things are working like they should? Or are you just blind to the wars that your own children are fighting, wars that stemmed from the seed of conflict that you planted your name? Because the name one man calls God, the other calls Buddha, and the next calls Allah, and so on. And they get so hung up over words that they've forgotten what they mean. They tell me you'll come soon, but I got here wondering when. You sent down your son 2,000 years ago to teach and die for us. And although the death of him was tragic, it's always tragic for a father to bury his child. There is no better time than now to send someone to make an example of our hatred. Or have you sent someone? Someone down as a black man only to be shot at 16 before he even had a chance to save the world? And did we bat an eye? No, because it happens all the time. If your cues are too small, that means that our hatred has gone so far out of hand that we are standing here holding gun to head, not flinching when pulling the trigger, each children of God, brother killing sister, killing father and son. Each death hurts another bullet through the brain of the mentally insane. Those driven through the pain should have more to gain, but shame consumes you when you think it's a game because you're addicted to fame. And no, I will not let it be in vain. It's always tragic for a father to bury his child. You don't have to feel bad, you know. Even God has the right to disown his children. Did you send the hateful down to teach us because we haven't learned our lesson? Why did you put me here where even though cash may scrape the bottom of the barrel and my mom works 2 jobs so she sometimes gets home late, but I'll always have a meal to eat and food on my plate and a family that will hold me when my eyes fill with tears, promise me tomorrow's a clean slate, a hot date that just happens to be male because I'm straight and white and I don't worry about fate? Why did you put me here when I don't have to fear being shot every day, where I have to look someone into the eyes and blindly say, I don't understand? I may hear your words and cry your tears, but I will never feel your pain, and I will never wear your fear like a jacket, because I was born in this house called being white, this house called privilege, where we don't need to wear coats made of fear, because we always have the heat on, and we will never understand the desire to take off that heavy coat, but knowing it's safer to wear than leave off, because the moment you do, you risk your life. But hey, they said, they took off their jacket. And they never understand is how heavy the weight of your fear is, and how you have to go on with everyday life with that weight on your shoulders, growing so used to it that you don't even feel like jaywalking or going a few miles over the speed limit because you don't want to get pulled over. And I look into their eyes, holding back tears for fear that just for a moment I won't hear what they say or adhere to their hopes because I'm not queer, so I don't know what it's like for people to hate your love. Can you sit there, if you are there, and watch people, your own children, hate love? You watch us kill on the streets, making it hard for some to eat, the rest of us hungry for meat. Retreat, we've gone too far, tearing through lives like a sheet. Delete ourselves before the heat turns up, feet hitting pavement, fumbling through the woods, looking through the forest, trying to find where we went wrong, or if you died, or if you're just dreaming. And we have to wake you up and tell you the truth, that your project has failed. Committed mutiny or genocide, we're not sure which, and we're not sure which is worse. But I have to believe that if you are there and if you exist, you just don't know what's going on, because I was told once that you are good. And if you are good, why do you let this happen to your children? Why don't you stop us? What do you want us to learn? When do we have to learn to stop dividing each other? We are all the human race. When do we draw the distinction that it is time to fend for ourselves and hope that God comes back sometime while he still can? Thank you.